I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to recap Game 38 of the regular season. Rangers over the Penguins, 8-4, but we got outshot a lot. I think it was 45-22 by the end of it. It was kind of absurd, but we get the win. We get 2 more points in the standings, and we don't have to deal with overtime. So, good team win. 8 goals again for the second time we've scored that many. We also have a 9-goal game. It's kind of crazy. So, getting right into it, Igor Shesterkin gets the start. We are starting to ride him like a pony. 4th out of the 5 previous is his start. So he's getting a big part of the workload, and I thought he looked pretty well tonight. 41 of 45 and isn't too shabby. So in the first period, 18-25, Colin Blackwell and Ryan Strome start to go into the offensive zone together, and Colin Blackwell gets ready to pass it over to Strome. And he does, but it goes perfectly off a Penguin skate through the 5-hole and in for the Rangers' first goal to put them up 1-0, which I thought was kind of hilarious, and also Panarin had a point on that. 1 of 4 for him tonight. 13:05, Penguins get the start of a 2-on-1. They take a shot, but it is glove saved by Shesterkin. Nice save there. A little bit later on, 12:32 left in the period. Mika Zibanejad intercepts a pass. He gives it over to Buchnevich. Buchnevich starts to carry it in. He gets a 2-on-1, I believe it was with Lindgren, and then Buchnevich takes a shot. It is stopped, but the rebound is put way out in front. Mika Zibanejad comes flying in. He puts it up on net, and it is a goal. And now it's 2-0. Rangers ahead. So that's pretty interesting. A little bit later on, 10:47 left in the period. A massive hook by the Penguins on the Rangers, so we get a power play out of it. And during that power play, 10:02 left in the period, so just a little over half left. The Rangers win the faceoff. Strome gets it. He passes over to Kreider. Kreider passes it to Fox. Fox passes it to Panarin, who sits there for a second, looks around, and then goes, should I pass it? Nah, I'm just going to take a snipe, and then snipes for a goal to make it 3-0 Rangers. And we're not even halfway through. Well, we're pretty much halfway through. But at 10 left in the first period, the Rangers were piling on quickly. A little bit after that, 9:28, Ryan Lindgren takes a penalty. It was for hooking, so the Penguins get a power play out of it. And on that power play, very quickly, 9:22, they win the face-off, and Fox and Smith are right in front of Igor Shesterkin, blocking his view. McCann takes a shot. He scores. It's 3-1. It's okay. We're still very much in the driver's seat. A little bit later on, 8:38. This was kind of dumb to me. Lafreniere and a Penguin get into a bit of a scuffle, and they both get penalized for it. They both got a roughing penalty. I don't know why Lafreniere got penalized here. He just was skating, and then the Penguin ran into him and then put him up against the boards and started to put him in like a headlock. I have no idea why Alexis Lafreniere got penalized here, but I thought it was really dumb. I don't get it. It's 4-on-4. So whatever, at least they didn't get a power play out of it. That would have made me lose my freaking mind. Much later in the period, 25 seconds left, and the Penguins hold Mika Zibanejad, so the Rangers get another power play. How neat is that? Isn't that cool, guys? On the power play. 17 seconds left in it. The Rangers win the face-off. Fox passes it to Panarin. Panarin passes it to Strome. He takes a big old shot, and boom, it's in 4-1 Rangers. Got ready to say Astros there. Kind of saved it. Rangers go up 4-1. They are crushing them after one period. And even though we gave up quite a few chances and Shesterkin had to stop, I believe, 18 shots in the first period, the Rangers carry a 4-1 lead into the second period. 16:03 left in said period. Ryan Lindgren takes a tripping call, so the Penguins go on the power play. Nothing comes of it. We kill it off. A little bit later on, Shesterkin tried to get a breakout pass, and instead it ended up being a shot on goal. There is zero chance that by the end of his career, Shesterkin doesn't have at least a couple goalie goals. He wants them so bad. It's got to happen eventually. And when that eventually happens, the video is just going to be 20 minutes of me jumping around, screaming about Shesterkin getting a goalie goal. A little bit after that, 7:40 left in the period. Capo Caco along the boards feeds it to Philip Hedl. Hedl passes it over to Lafreniere. He takes it past the net and past the goalie, then brings it back around, shoves it behind the goalie, starts to head towards the net, and then Penguins try to come help, and they just shove it in themselves. 5-1. Rangers take an even bigger lead. Immediately after that, 7:24, the Penguins go flying in. Matheson takes it. He goes in, gets a beautiful shot past Igor Shesterkin. I know it was a goal for the other team, but man, that thing was pretty. And they make it a 5-2 game. So still a 3-goal lead going into the third period. Third period starts, 15:31. Gensel takes a holding call, so the Rangers go on a power play. On said power play at 13:50, the second unit is on, which the second unit got a little bit of ice time, but got a goal, which is insane. Passing it around the zone, Trouba gets it. He takes a big ol' shot on goal, and it's tipped in by Capo Caco to get his goal. And the Rangers now make it 6-2, so a 4-goal lead. Very soon after that, Gensel again gets a great pass from behind the net, feeds it to him right in front. He takes a shot, scored, goal, 6-3. They make it again a 3-point game. A little bit later on, 11:36, Buchnevich gets a penalty for tripping, and the Penguins get a power play. On it, while short-handed, the Rangers, specifically Mika Zibanejad and Ryan Strome, are fighting for the boards down in the offensive zone. They eventually free it. Mika Zibanejad just tosses the puck towards almost stationary, right way out in front of the goal. No one's there except for one, Adam Fox, who comes flying in, takes it, just moves it maybe a couple of feet, takes a big old shot on goal, and it scores 7-3. Adam Fox, a goal, 3 points tonight. He is insane. And then very quickly after that, 9-19, Buchnevich gets it. He hands it to Artemi Panarin. Artemi Panarin, Filip Chytil, and Buchnevich all start heading towards the offensive zone. Panarin passes it over to Chytil. Chytil carries it in for a ways. A perfect pass over to Pavel Buchnevich puts it in. 8-3. Rangers extend the lead even further. 7:01. Jacob Trouba gets a really stupid penalty. It was him and a Penguin. I forget who. And I don't know why Trouba got penalized here. I don't know. He was standing there. He started to get roughed up. He started to get his neck grabbed on. And for some reason, it's a penalty on both of them. I don't get it. This happened. It was the second time this has happened. I don't know why, but it was happening, and it drove me insane. So it's 4-on-4 for a while. And then pretty much at the end of the game, 1:24, Buchnevich takes a massive tripping call, so it's a delayed penalty. And when it's a delayed penalty, I guess all the Rangers skaters just decided to stop. And Igor Shesterkin was like, hey, why would you stop? I'd like to not let in a fourth goal. But they say tough, and that's a goal. It gets right past him. This was kind of on the fact that everyone just stopped playing that wasn't a Penguin. And that the 5 Rangers bodies were just kind of standing there like, hey, what are we doing now? It was bad. So that one and the double screen, I kind of don't really lay on Shesterkin so much. The other two, yeah, he should have had those. I think that's definitely fair to criticize him for those two. These two, nah, that's fine. So, that was the game. 8-4 is the final score. Rangers, another outburst. 3 games this season of 8 or more goals. That is insane. On to the player performances that are very good. Artemi Panarin had 4 points. 4! In 15 minutes of ice time, which is mind-blowing that he, A, had the shorter minutes, but also that he had 4 points and such. Next, Adam Fox, man. If you want to argue that Adam Fox isn't the best defenseman in the league, you can't make the argument that he isn't at least top 3. I'm having a really hard time right now saying he isn't the best. At least over the past 3 weeks, he's been the best. He is killing it offensively. He is killing it defensively. He's killing it on the power play, on the penalty kill. What is he doing that isn't good? He's soaking up a ton of minutes. He is scoring both assists and goals. He's on the ice constantly for anything. If it's even strength, if it's a power play, if it's a penalty kill, he's out there. Adam Fox can do it all, and do it all not just well, but fantastic. I don't care. I'm going to say he's the best defenseman in the league, and I can get yelled at. I don't care. I'm saying it. Adam Fox, elite, definitely at some point in his career winning a Norris. I would even say that he's probably going to get a few votes this year. But he is on another level right now. I think this is his 12th straight game with a point, which is madness. Along with points, Mika Zibanejad also had another 2-point night, which was pretty nice, a goal and an assist. His goal was pretty slick. And Igor Shesterkin, 41-45. I thought he was better than it indicated. That's a ton of shots, and he stopped 18 of 19 in the first period, which is really good. That could have been a very lopsided first period if he hadn't been as good as he was. Along with that, 2 of the goals were really not... I hate saying they're not the goalie's fault, because I feel like I'm just a Shesterkin suck-up. But, like... I don't know. One of them was a double screen, and the other one was just everyone else stopped for some reason. So I thought it was a pretty darn good night for him. I don't think he's going to go again Thursday. I feel like this has to be a Kincaid start because you can't play Shesterkin now 5 out of 6 games in a row. That would be kind of crazy. So the goals for tonight were Colin Blackwell, Mika Zibanejad, Artemi Panarin, Ryan Strome, Alexei Lafreniere, Capo Caco, Adam Fox, and Pavel Buchnevich. The assists were Jacob Trouba had 2, Artemi Panarin had 3, Ryan Strome had 1, Kreider had 1, Fox had 2, Caco had 1, Blackwell had 1, Hedl had 2, Buchnevich had 1, and Mika Zibanejad had 1. Meaning that Trouba, Panarin, Strome, Fox, Caco, Blackwell, Hedl, Buchnevich, and Mika Zibanejad all had multi-point nights, which is madness that they all had multi-point nights. Another fantastic game for the Rangers, who are keeping up in the playoff race. 5 points behind Boston still, but it only has to be a 3-point difference going into the final games to make it where not even the tiebreakers can keep us out. Just have to keep it within 3 going into the last 2 games against Boston at the end of the year. Those games could be huge at the end of the year, which is very exciting that could be as big as they are. So, that's it for this game. We play Pittsburgh again Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you guys after that game, and it's also going to be a very strange night because the Astros and the Rangers play almost at the same time, so both of the recaps are probably going to come out kind of late-ish. But yeah, that is all I have to say for this game. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. As always, go Rangers.